Welcome back, truthers. You've been given a name, for those who have subscribed anyway. So like and subscribe to become a truther anyway. Today, I want to talk about one of these past Antichrists, as I said I would in my last video. There's a few, or a handful, let's say, that I intend to make videos about. More self-proclaimed Antichrist is where we'll start with one Aleister Crowley.
The young Crowley grew to loathe the religious doctrines laid down at the Reverend Champneys Special Sex School almost as much as he hated the cruel headmaster. He still continued to study the Bible, but in particular, certain passages, especially those in the book of Revelation. He became drawn to reading about the false prophet, the scarlet woman and the beast. And then one day, he came to a disturbing conclusion.
Well, it was just after I had been chastised by the headmaster for attempting to corrupt one of the other boys who had visited my house during the school holidays. I can't remember how or what I had attempted to do. I was at that experimental age. But I remember it was around that time that I realized I had become obsessed and fascinated by those that were the enemies of heaven. My sympathies lay with them, and this fascination would remain with me for the rest of my life.
Details of the next few years of the young Crowley's life vary from biography to biography, but it was clear that there was no love lost between mother and son. The pious Emily Crowley was undoubtedly concerned over the ungodly behavior of her son, and would on many occasions call him a beast. The young Crowley reveled in this new accolade, and began to identify himself with the beast from the book of Revelation, whose number is the number of a man, 603 score 6, 666.
So, as I said, self-proclaimed. Aleister Crowley was a sick person, yet if you do research, you'll find that a lot of his life's work influences us today. People like Jay-Z sporting a sweater, "Do what thou wilt," which is a famous statement of Crowley's Book of the Law. There's other things that Crowley experienced which are manifesting today. Things like the alien agenda, if you would. See, Crowley claimed to have summoned a demon. I want to share with you what he said this demon looked like.
This sketch by Crowley is supposedly drawn from life, and it was displayed publicly in 1919. The being in the picture has a large head with no obvious ears, a thin slit for a mouth, slant-shaped eyes, and a small, narrow nose. The drawing Crowley made of Amalantra, he actually called Lamb.
Did Lamb look familiar to you? It did to me. It looked a lot like what we would call an alien today. In fact, Crowley was quoted as saying, "Today we call them angels and demons, but tomorrow we'll call them something else." Could it be that the increased sightings and disclosure from the government about these so-called aliens could be yet a sign, yet another sign of things, the end to come? I think so. But let's continue. Crowley has influenced a lot more than just science fiction. In fact, music has been greatly influenced by him.
Crowley reported having mystical experiences during a visit to Egypt in 1904 and wrote the Book of Law, which he claimed a spirit had dictated to him. One of the basic precepts of the book is, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole law." And "Do what thou wilt" is also written on the inside, I believe, Led Zeppelin 3 on the inside of the album, because Jimmy Page was very interested in it as well.
That was just one band, one example of Crowley's influence on music from back then and today. As I shared earlier, even Jay-Z has been caught sporting a "Do What Thou Wilt" sweater, a statement from Crowley's Book of the Law. You see, this is just more evidence that the devil's been putting together this puzzle for a very long time. In other episodes that I intend to make, I will show you how other individuals with this Antichrist spirit have influenced our society. One that I can mention and will, influences our education system in ways that you would not believe. Scary. Accept Christ. He's the only way. There's no doubt this is real. The more we move forward, the more it becomes clear. Until next time, please like, subscribe, and accept Jesus Christ. Bye-bye.